Hey everyone, Blake here from the Southern... Wait. That's right. Southern Cowboy is done. Let me rephrase that. Blake here from the Yukon Cowboy, and today I will be doing a review on why you should consider using chambray shirts for the summer. So let's get straight into it. Now first, let's get done with the elephant in the room. Why did I change my name to Yukon Cowboy? Well, that's an easy question to answer, and there's a reason why I changed it. The reason why I changed the name from Southern Cowboy to Yukon Cowboy is not hard to look at. But the reason why is because I want to represent all of North America. Whether you're from the United States, whether you're from Mexico, or you're from Canada. And I know for some of y'all that been here with me for all my YouTube career so far, for 2 years now, well 2.5 years I should say now, but that's not the point. For some of y'all that are like, oh, but why? Well, like I said, I represent all of North America, not one region, because the big issue I realize is that Southern Cowboy, when you put it in perspective, is people think automatically, oh, you represent one region, you represent the South. When in reality, North America has all these regions. You have the swamp regions, aka the South, which some call Dixieland. You have New England, the Appalachia, or Appalachias, I don't know how you pronounce that, I will be honest. The Great Prairie, the Plains, the Midwest, the deserts. You know, you got the coast in the Pacific Northwest, then you got the Arctic. And let's not forget about the forest. And I was like, man, people might get kind of mixed up here, and I don't want people to get mixed up. That's the part. So, that being said, that's why I changed the name. But it's also because I want to represent everybody. So, no matter where you're from, okay? You could be from North America. You could be from South America. You could be from, heck, you could be from Europe. I'm here for you guys. I am. So it doesn't matter where you're from, you are you. It's that simple. So at the end of the day, I really changed it just to represent all of North America, no matter where you come from. And plus, the reason why I picked out Yukon is because the inspiration behind Yukon, this is why I like the name. If you ever look at a road sign with the name Yukon, you know what it says? Larger than life. Because at the end of the day, even though life is short, you are larger than life. I am larger than life, and so are you. That is why I changed the name to Yukon Cowboy. So, if you are new here, by the way, welcome aboard the Yukon Cowboy channel. Now let's get back to this chambray shirt, shall we? Since we officially changed the name. So, why do I recommend chambray for the summer? Well, it's quite simple. When it's summer, the natural instinct is to go for something light, like a denim snap shirt, or, well, the only negative about a pearl snap though is, what if, you know, and I get why pearl snaps are, you know, a thing, because, you know, what if you get caught on something? That's fine, right? The pearl snap has its own place in the, you know, in the Western industry. However, what if you're a fisherman? What if you're a camper or something and you don't like the pearl snap stuff because it gets unbuttoned way too fast? What if you want something traditional? See, this is where the chambray shirt steps in, okay? Now, this one is from Filson, of course. I had this for roughly 2 years now, and it's done me really, really good things. And with my years of experience with chambray, I can tell you right now, I think chambray is the best fabric for a summer shirt, and there's reasons behind it. I personally wore this every like summertime when it's like 90 degrees outside, because remember, I live in South Florida, right? But then again, there are some regions in the US, like I said on why I changed the name, there are some places in the US which are extremely hot. Whether you're in Arizona or California, New Mexico or Texas, right? But then there are also some places that are hot, but not what you expect. Like, for instance, Utah. It would be humid. So, for all of you guys out there who are not really into pearl snap shirts, denim shirts, this is definitely for you. And there are key features. The fabric itself is made of 100%, let me just make sure, I don't want to get this wrong for you. No. So this shirt is made in Sri Lanka, 100% cotton. Now, the thing is, what surprised me with a chambray shirt, it's very light, but it's durable. For instance, this shirt I'm wearing is their rugged 12 shirt. And it kind of has a unique pattern, at least to me. You know, it's a right hand 12. This is, once again, 100% cotton. But there will be a review on this pretty soon. Because I wore this for 2 years as well, but that's going to be a separate video. We're talking about chambray. So, this, I wear a size medium in this. Now, mind you, I am a big boy now, but another thing that shocked me with their chambray shirt is not only is it light and durable, but it doesn't shrink as much as I thought. Because when you get denim, like jeans or a denim shirt or a denim jacket, it shrinks, right? So those fibers, like if you have right hand or left hand 12, they will shrink and they'll go like, right? If that makes sense. That's why you see some people wearing Wrangler. That's why you see some wear Levi's, you know, because they don't like those type of 12. Me personally, I like left hand 12 and right hand, but I really like broken 12. But hey, now the 12 on this is not left or right hand. It's like, I don't know how to prescribe it. I really don't. Because it doesn't go either way. I want to say, my theory is they probably make this in a similar way. It's not a broken 12, no. But for some reason, it's like, look, hold on. I'm gonna get the collar. I'm gonna try to, there's no left or right hand 12 on these, no. So the color is like this almost indigo, kind of vintage indigo color, if that makes sense too. The seams are triple stitched here for durability and longevity. So this shirt is triple stitched. Honestly, that is a thought out idea, because what happens if it gets snagged? This shirt I'm wearing is also, I believe, no, it's double stitched. This one's double stitched. Now, it has a, it doesn't have that kind of bi-swing look to it, like the flannel from Filson. But hey, I think that's kind of a good, better approach. This is supposed to be light, durable, and I think they made it with no bi-swing, because this one has like a bi-swing type of thing, right? So I could do this. This one doesn't. So it's really light and durable. You could use this for fishing, hiking, you know, you could use it for all those things, all of them. And I really like how, you know, and I realized chambray is definitely by far better for humid hot climates, especially here in the summers when it's 90, because one time, actually, I was at the mall and I was wearing this. It was humid out. I didn't feel hot at all. I mean, normally when I feel hot, I would roll up my sleeves, right? That's the natural instinct. But I could keep this with the long sleeves and not have to worry about much. I could, which shocks me because 80% of the time, I literally would have to be like this, right? You get your sleeves, right? And this is all I do. Because look, now I could get some airflow. So if it was hot out and I was wearing my flannel, right? Or this regular twill shirt, that's all I had to do. And they stay up. Look, I could, because when you do this, do we go down? No, these stay up. With this shirt, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that with this shirt. And I kind of like that. I kind of like how I could keep the sleeves long and not have to roll them up if I was getting overheated. So that's a nice thing. The only thing that I have against the chambray shirt is you have to iron it. If you do not iron it, and I will put this on just to show you how sizing goes by far. If you do not iron this, you will kind of see these like wrinkles on the arm area. I mean, hey, look, if you want a rugged masculine look, like if you're at a bar or something, you want to attract the ladies, keep your wrinkles on your shirt. I mean, hey, that's you. That's not me though. So, have fun with that though. Okay. This is made in Sri Lanka. I know, not made in the US, but hey, fine. Oh yeah, I did not notice this until now. They did something similar Wrangler did, right? You see these pockets? You see these pockets here, right? So they're pretty, like, they're at a good deepness, like a depth. I can't really fit my hand in this one, but look, this is a separate pocket. And then they have a separate area for your tools here. It's hard to see on camera. They have this miniature pocket. You could put your pencil in, your ruler or something. I like that. See, now that's utility right there. So this is actually meant to be a work shirt, a hunting, trapping shirt. This is meant for abuse, not to be babied, okay? But hey, if you just want to wear this for summer, have a nice rugged masculinity look, this is also for you, So I'm gonna try it on, just so show you what I mean by less shrinkage, okay? Okay, this is what it looks like on me, okay? Here, I'm gonna kind of show you better. This is the shirt, right? The chambray shirt. And mind you, this is a medium. I'm either a large or a medium, depending on, the brand and all, Yeah, I'm one of those guys. You have to kind of try it on first. Now this is a medium as well, right? But this shrunk a bit, okay? Mind you, Filson makes their stuff big on purpose. So, it's kind of a, like I said, it looks like to me a vintage indigo color, but I could be wrong, okay? If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, alright? I don't want any hate, so. And this is what I was talking about. You kind of need to iron this. This is the only negative. You see, it's kind of wrinkled a bit. You need to iron this. So my recommendation is if you wear chambray a lot and you have wrinkles, immediately iron it. Like do what I do. Put it in the washing machine, and what I like to do is I put it out in the sun. I don't use the dryer. Put it out in the sun, and I rotate it. I'll let this side have an hour in the sun, and the back have an hour in the sun, and then I'll iron. Do that. Trust me, it'll make everything easier. So yeah, this is chambray. Now, it is, I don't know if it's wrinkly. It's kind of hard to see a bit, but this is chambray. This is a chambray shirt for you. That is the only negative. But other than that, this is very light. This really is very light. This is a more medium weight. The flannel is, of course, like, you know, normal weight, honestly. Not heavy weight, but it's, you know, 8 ounce. This is like, I think 6 or 8 ounce. This, I think it's 5 ounce. I can't really, I don't remember on the website. Like I said, if I am saying something wrong, correct me. But hey, I like how they thought this out. I really do. So, the pockets, let's get into the pocket sorting thing, shall we? So, I'm gonna use, do we have a pencil anywhere? Hold on. I don't think we have a pencil anymore. That's not good. Oh, screw it. I know this is gonna look dumb, but hey, for educational purpose, look at this. This is a, you know, for fish, steak, right? A knife, right? A kitchen knife. Look. There's this side, right? Because they kind of separated here. So I could fit this in here. And then if you're, you know, if you have, I don't know, hooks, bait. This is a cork. Nah, let's not use a cork. You could fit like probably a pocket watch in here, or a compass, possibly some bait, and in the other pocket you could possibly fit like a bit more larger items, like possibly like one of those small tape measures and all that. So yeah, I like how they did the pocket design though. So this is definitely more of a work shirt versus a casual go out shirt. I mean, I use it for casual occasions when it's hot, but this can be abused. I can promise you that. Like, come on. So here's my thoughts on this shirt though. Filson has, you know, done a lot of good things, right? And I really like how they did this one. I like how they thought through it. If they could just fix the wrinkle part, that's fine, but hey, all you gotta do is, it's not really much of a big deal. You just wash it, put it out in the sun, rotate it, by the way, make sure, and iron it. It's that simple. But hey, and this is definitely why I would recommend a chambray shirt versus a denim shirt when it comes to extreme hot climates like Arizona hot and California hot. But hey, that's it really. And by the way, I do have an announcement to make. We actually started, if you don't know, right? Hold on, let me just put you back here. There we go. Recently, my mother and I have started selling open crowned fur felt hats. Now, right now at the moment, we are selling pure rabbit fur felt, right? Or European hair, I guess you could say. And I know what you're thinking, wait, when did you start? Well, we started in March-ish, somewhere between March. And I'm the shaper. Yes, you heard me right. I am the hat shaper. And before you get out in the comments like, so why don't you wear your own hats? Or why don't you wear those hats if you're confident they're good? Okay, let me clarify something. Just so, before the comments start. Every hat company has a place in time. For instance, Bowman, okay? The hat I wear all the time, okay? His company has a place in time. For instance, he makes the best vintage style, if that makes sense. Like vintage inspired. The brim and the crown, is that simple. This is like something you would get from Double R Out. But hey, then you got other hat companies such as the Watson Hat Shop. They make vintage styles, but they also specialize in beaver felt, and they have their place. You got War Bonnet Hat Company. They make hats for actual rodeo athletes, right? And I know they use the X rating, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised how good they are so far. And how clean they are. I will give them that. They make 20X all the way to pure beaver and mink. And I will say, their hats look pretty nice. I have to say, they look definitely better than American. And if I'm all honest right here, right now, I'm surprised they stay clean. Because normally when you shape a hat, for instance this is a whiskey color. The only negative about whiskey is it tends to get dirty a bit and get lint, right? It's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but however, what shocked me about War Bonnet is I see their videos, how they shape hats. They stay clean. A black hat is definitely going to show a lot of lint. I saw their black hats. There's no lint, there's no dirt. Chocolate, no lint, no dirt. Whiskey color, again, no lint, no dirt. All their dark colors have no lint, no dirt, and no stains. Now, stains are really easy to get when you steam them for a certain amount of time. So meaning, if you steam it for long, like way too long, you're gonna get these like, I want to call them wet marks or steam stains, if that makes sense, where it will only occur if it has been over steamed. Like there's too much steam in the felt. And boy, I have seen what they look like, and it's hideous. And it can really mess the crap out of the fur felt hat. I can tell you that, and I will be honest here. Like when I was wearing Burns, they had a few stains from being over steamed. That's why I kind of am very careful and apprehensive when I buy hats, right? But yeah, every company has their place. For us, as an honest man I am, as a truthful, YouTuber, I am, and I will say it, okay? If I feel like, that person, for instance, someone could come in and say, oh, I want a rabbit hat, right? I will help them pick out the best hat as possible, right? Now, would I ever have a hat company? Possibly not, but, I want to actually help people. Like I said, this is why I made the Yukon Cowboy channel, right? AKA what used to be the Southern Cowboy channel, okay? But now it's the Yukon Cowboy. Like I said, I don't want to represent one region. I want to represent all of North America. But most importantly, I want to help you as a subscriber, buy smarter and not overspend. Look for something better quality at a better price point. Because at the end of the day, I'm not one of those YouTubers that, says, oh, buy this, buy that. I'm actually truthful, So look, the hats we sell, I will say this, the hats we sell right now is we sell pure rabbit, we have silver belly, chocolate, and black, right? More, the basic colors. And then we got, you have to call us for this though. And you actually have to come in and make a deposit. we have pure beaver, but you actually need to come in, okay? And like I said, another reason why I say every hat company has its, specific purpose is because every company has difference as well. Like I said, the Watson Hat Shop, they focus on strictly, they specialize in pure beaver hats. War Bonnet specializes in highly durable, like cowboy hats. And War Bonnet also specializes in pure beaver hats as well. Those are strictly the two things that War Bonnet hats specializes in. Bowman specializes in vintage styles. And then you got the Cajun Hatter that specializes in nutria. See, that's the key word. I should note this. Look for the key word when I say this, okay? So the next time you buy something, whether it's a jacket or something, look for the word specialized. Okay? For instance, Filson specializes in wool. Watson specializes in beaver hats. War Bonnet specializes in pure beaver hats. Wrangler specializes in broken short. It's that simple. I should definitely note that, okay? So next time you're shopping, make sure you look for what they specialize in, because what they specialize in is what they tend to focus more on. I'm just saying this because I actually want you guys, to buy better, buy smarter, buy something that is gonna last and not be in a landfill. Now, if you do want to buy a rabbit hat, now I should definitely note this. We specialize in pure European hair hats. That's what we specialize in. The bodies are made in Colombia, because we found that, they're similar to a cougar, right? Yeah. The hat bodies are they're similar to a cougar hat bodies. And honestly, I actually tested it myself. I made my mom her first actual cowboy hat out of fur fell. It's a 100% European hair hat in the color black. I made it myself, and so far it's been holding up for really, really well. I'm quite shocked, because normally when you have a European hair hat, it kind of drapes a bit. It'll go whoop, right? I don't like rabbit hats personally. I don't like European hair. I'm more of a traditionalist, for beaver, because yeah, the snap. But it's been holding up for really good. She even wore it in the rain, so I'm quite shocked. So I will say, if you guys are looking for something that has the quality of an Akubra hat, contact me. Hit me up on Instagram. I will get you set up, alright? Because the hat bodies that we have are open crown. I think they're 4-inch, 4 1/4, right? And if you want something like the same quality of an Akubra, hit me up and I will shape it for you, okay? Just tell me if you want chocolate, black, or silver belly, and I will shape it for you. Don't worry. Or you can come in the store, Definitely call first though. Call ahead of time, or call the store's number and tell them that you want a hat. So I would recommend that. Kind of make an appointment. But that's it really. And like I said, before you guys say, oh, but why don't you wear it? Because I only don't wear it because I'm more, like I said, I like the Western weight. The rabbit hats that we sell, to me, they feel light, but not like a dress weight. They're not dress weight, but they don't feel like a Western weight to me. They feel like the middleman, you could say, They feel more mid-weight to me. That's what they feel like. So that is definitely a good weight for hot climates, right? So That's another good thing. And to me, I think that's a good idea because if you could use it for, you know, the hot here, like the summers. So since it's a midweight, it's not dressier, right? But it's not, you know, too Western. So it's not heavy, but not light. It's like a light Western weight and a heavy dress weight. That's why I call it the middleman. So, in that being said, you could wear it in the summer. Absolutely. You could wear it in the rain, but not for too long though. And I actually left her hat in the rain before, and it actually held up pretty well in a, you know, a shower. I will say, if you put it out in the heavy rain though, right, it will stand up, right? But I would personally recommend putting a spray on it, right? Because like I said, it's a midweight, not a Western weight, really. To me, it's a midweight. But, you know, that to me is pretty good, okay? So, that's, you know, something that's been happening, and that's why, another reason why I haven't been posting as much, because I'm trying to help her with that. And mind you, I'm not really brand loyal, and there's a reason behind that actually, because I saw some of you are like, oh, why you switch up hat companies? Well, that's because I like a really nice hat, okay? I do. I used to wear American when I first started, but then I found out the hats easily stain way too easily, especially for their Pure Weaver hats, and they stained. And when I called them, they were extremely rude, and I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna, you know, switch. I tried Burns, held up to the rain really good, but it would show these marks, like burn marks, and it's annoying. And then it started having mold, and it would dry out very slow. And I'm like, I can't do this. So I switched to Bowman. This has been serving me good, don't get me wrong, but the fact that I found more scratches, and it's hard to see on camera, is a concern. FYI, the only negative, like with this, is the scratches. But if you have scratches, and it, like, hang on, where is it? Right here. It's very little, but I can feel it. It feels like it's starting to form a hole. So the problem with that is if it rains too much and water goes under the brim, that can create a hole and sometimes a break in the brim, which I don't want. That's why I'm very like careful, right? So I am definitely gonna give war bonnet hats a try, right? Because I've seen it takes a lot in the showers and heavy rain. So I'm definitely gonna have to give war bonnet hat company a try. Other than that though, like I said, if you want something that's vintage feel, you know, because the hats we specialize are like kind of vintage inspired, like it has a vintage feel to it. Meanwhile, if you get a Western weight hat from War Bonnet and Watson, it has a luxury feel, I guess you could say, like I want to say silk and traditional feel, but if you get hats from me, the hats will have like a vintage feel to it, like 50s feel, because like I said, they're made in Colombia, and the rabbit hats feel definitely, you know, thicker than hats you would get from Stetson, but also they feel a lot like a vintage vibe, right? Other hats are, you know, feel more luxurious. Now that I like, okay? And another thing, I should definitely, I'll say this, before you say, and judge me for not wearing hats that I, you know, create for my mom's business. A lot of my friends actually work at a Western store. One friend of mine so happens to be Lionel, who y'all might know from Cowboy Compass. He works at Griff's Western Wear, okay? He wears an American hat company. He wears 100X, 200X, and the 20X, 40X. That's what he wears. He wears an American. But he doesn't shape American hats. He shapes Resistors and Stetsons and sometimes he'll like get a customer in who bought an American, but they want him to shape. So see, but does he wear a hat from Griff's at all? No. So yeah, he wears an American, but he shapes Resistals and Stetsons, because at Griff's they don't sell Americans at all. So yeah. So just because someone wears a different brand of hat and is shaping a different brand doesn't mean anything like that. No. So like I said, just because I'm wearing a custom hat, like a Bowman hat, doesn't mean I would like, you know, wear that. So that's, you know, I should definitely point that out. And plus, the Strong Bull actually, he wears different hats too. He does. He wears Stetsons, Rodeo King, and I could be wrong. Ceratelli, I believe. But he wears different brands. That's my point, right? So it's kind of hard to have brand loyalty unless they actually make a great product. Like I said, we specialize in rabbit, but that's it, really. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I will see y'all next time. Keep it wild.